Audrey Molina.
Hi. My name is Audrey Molina. I'm a junior at Westhill High School. And first I would like to say, does this mean I can officially say Paul Simon opened for me? Because that's pretty cool. I'm going to be reading an original poem today. It's called The Good Old Days, and it's dedicated to the students of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I remember the good old days, when we were invincible. When school was a sanctuary of silhouetted futures and fast-paced pasts. When history class was Paul Revere on horseback and math class was how many watermelons does Johnny have left? And we'd laugh and say, who needs that many watermelons anyway? And there was nothing cynical in our laughter. But it's not like that now. It seems they've updated our exams. Here's the new study guide, class. Number 1, how many mass shootings have there been in the United States in the past 10 years? A, 100, B, 1,000, C, nobody really knows for sure. Number 2, what's the statistical probability that the fire alarm above my head is ringing because of a fire and not something much worse? I actually think I'd prefer calculus to calculating casualties. I remember the good old days when we couldn't relate to the dystopian novels we read in English class. Ones where teenagers are killed by corrupt governments. We used to dress like those characters for Halloween, but we don't have to play dress up anymore, and they still wonder why we're such an anxious generation. Even band class has been infected by this disease. I remember the good old days when we played Bach and Beethoven, sweeping moonlight sonatas and minuets in G. Do you know what we are playing now? An American Elegy by Frank Ticelli, written to honor the survivors of Columbine so long ago that it already feels like classical music. I remember the good old days when we were numb to the news feeds dripping us tragedies through an IV. We are not numb anymore. We feel it. Every day, we feel it. We feel it when we realize in physics class that we could calculate the speed of a bullet if we really needed to. We feel it when we try to use AP psychology to comprehend how anyone could let this go on for so long. We feel it when our parents ask, what did you learn in school today? And the best we can come up with is, I learned which corner of the room to run to. I don't think any of that will be on the SAT. Our good old days were stripped away by complacent kings in their castles. Dear kings, you have made us old and wise. See, we learned in chemistry class that some reactions need a catalyst. That's why we're binding together like atoms in a molecule, and we will keep on catalyzing common sense until our little brothers and little sisters are so invincible that their good old days last for their entire long lives.